Alright guys, welcome back to CWRL's World War Wall here at Wall Stadium Speedway, one of the fastest third-mile tracks you will ever see, and we just had a massive upset and shutout as Hello Newman advanced via finishing first in the heat race, shutting out the Intimidators, sending the Intimidators home with only 20 points on the day because point totals are doubled, leaving them with 600 points overall. And there's a very good chance if Chasing the Elliots can have a good points day here, they could very easily take the points lead, or the King's Court even are still within range here as point totals are doubled today. So being able to close that gap is going to be very, very easy for these teams. But you also have teams that are a little bit lower in the standings, the Rainbow Warriors, the Candymen, you got the Bushwhackers there, and Hello Newman, just right on the cusp of breaking into the top four, all hungry, all looking for precious points that they can get through these rounds, hopefully thinking of making their way into the top four where they will be exempt from traffic jam qualifying, bumping one of those teams down into where they have to participate in traffic jam qualifying. And if you can't qualify for the show, all you get sent home with is 10 points where, yeah, that might be doubled at a big show like this, but it's nowhere compared to being able to capitalize on winning an event and doubling those points. So that being said, let's get on with the second matchup here with Chasing the Elliots taking on Boogity Boogity Racing. And we'll go through randomized qualifying here.
Drivers, to your cars.
We got the Checkers car for Boogity Boogity Racing and the Wreckers car, both starting on the front row, with the Checkers car for Chasing the Elliots back in fourth spot. And these Checkers cars have not had good luck so far trying to score points, as the first round heat here, the first heat of round one, was completely scoreless by either team. The only one actually scoring points would have been the Intimidators, and those were points for being sent home. So let's see if this second heat race can go any better, where some of these teams have a chance to score some points. Let's get to trackside here.
Drivers, start your engines!
See that Checkers car there on the front row, hoping to score some points, lead some laps. It's the best way to accumulate your point total over the season, is leading laps. And we got 10 minutes on the clock once again, ready to go. Unlike last time, which I apologize for, technical difficulties, we're all still learning here. Getting by the learning curve. And the green flag is out. We are underway here. The clock is on. And this second heat race of round one is on. Checkers car for Boogity Boogity Racing out front early, with the Checkers car for Chasing the Elliots dropping back to fifth spot quick. Hopefully he will be able to close ground with that Wreckers car for Chasing the Elliots, looking like he wants to make a move on the lead here, stop Boogity Boogity Racing from scoring points. But that won't do them any good unless that Checkers car for Chasing the Elliots can catch back up to the leaders. Let's take a look at this helicopter view, and he's in fourth place, trying to get by this traffic jammer here that's running third solidly. So that must mean that the jammer car for Boogity Boogity Racing has fallen back deep into the pack. Meanwhile, the Checkers car leading the way, scoring points. That Wreckers car is fallen back to fifth. So still in a good position being behind the Checkers car here, as he's in a position to take him out, hopefully. But Chasing the Elliots going to want to start chasing down Boogity Boogity Racing here. Going to want to have a good points day and capitalize on the Intimidators' inability to score here. But Boogity Boogity Racing, establishing themselves as a presence early on here in this event at World War Wall with their checkers car leading laps early. We are 8.5 minutes away from the conclusion of this heat. Boogity Boogity Racing still holding the point with a decent distance between the wrecker's car for chasing the Elliott and a traffic jammer car. From Boogity Boogity Racing. Now, this will still work out well because a well-performing traffic jammer can keep themselves from being lapped and keep themselves from becoming points for the opposing team. Not that they're designed to do that very often, as these cars are set to perform nowhere near the performance of the cars that the leaders normally have. We are working right now on the 14th lap, so 13 points so far for Boogity Boogity Racing as we work into the 15th lap, and as he scores yet another point, chasing the Elliots, not making any headway right now on the leaders as we get to 7 minutes remaining on the clock in this first heat race. Things remaining pretty clean right now. Boogity Boogity's traffic jammer here, still holding a respectable third, outrunning, chasing the Elliots checkers car here for position. Keeping them further away from the leader, who is continuing to score points here as we work the 19th lap of this heat. We've got 6.5 minutes remaining. Chasing the Elliots could wind up going home in round one with 20 points, just like the Intimidators did. It looks like it's turning out to be a bad points day for those in the top four so far. Gonna be curious whether or not they are actually able to maintain those top four positions, as the point values for this event are doubled, so anyone who scores well today could be making off with quite a haul. All they have to do is take advantage of all these opportunities that are presenting themselves right now. Boogity Boogity Racing about to start lap 25, 24 points slapped on the board. Not seeing any lap traffic as of yet, but we are coming to within 5 minutes remaining, so working into the second half of this heat. That there is one car there at the tail end of the lead lap. It looks like one of chasing the Elliots traffic jammers, and it most certainly is. So they are about a straight away apart from each other. Then you have the traffic jammers for Boogity Boogity and another chasing the Elliots traffic jammer there. Meanwhile, the record car for Boogity Boogity Racing not faring so well. All the way back here in the 6th position, a little bit insane. This is a place where the traffic jammers are able to hold their own. As you can see, Boogity Boogity Racing has a traffic jammer solidly in the 3rd position, has been holding this position since the drop of the green flag here at the beginning of this heat race. Meanwhile, you got the checkers car here, Boogity Boogity Racing, still showing the way, having led every lap from the drop of the green flag, and putting themselves in a good position to not only score points from leading these laps, but an additional 25 victory points for winning the heat race as the checker car. See Boogity Boogity Racing here, looking to score 3 points here by lapping this traffic jammer for chasing the Elliots. Chasing the Elliots not having a good showing today at World War Wall. Very unlike them, considering their past two showings have always left them in at least the final 4. Both them and the Intimidators have made it to the finals at least once, with the Intimidators making the final round twice, and that streak stops today as the Intimidators have been sent home with 20 championship points, leaving them with 600 points overall on the season. Now we have about almost 2.5 minutes remaining. Boogity Boogity Racing still showing the way with their checkers car, having scored 40 points at the line when they cross it. Now working on the 41st point, as this has been a clean sweep so far by Boogity Boogity Racing. Positions have remained relatively unchanged. The record car for chasing the Elliots in a close second here, still sniffing on that leader but not making any headway. The traffic jammer car for Boogity Boogity Racing is in 3rd, and in 4th we have the checkered car for chasing the Elliots, not making the showing that they need to score points and to be championship contenders. When the clutch needed to be pulled, they were not there to pull that clutch. We got 1 minute 45 seconds remaining here, as it's really starting to look like a lock for Boogity Boogity Racing. Unless something catastrophic happens here within the next 90 seconds, I can see them easily going on with a whole bunch of points to take on Hello Newman. And Hello Newman is really going to be looking at an uphill battle from there. This could be an easy lock for Boogity Boogity Racing going from the first round into the finals. If they're able to show 2 solid rounds, they have a solid round of offense here with 1 minute remaining. All they'll need is just 1 solid round of defense to go into the finals with. It might be a low-scoring point day, but at the same time, they might be able to double whatever points they do have, and those are still valuable points as they go into the championship. And that's all that needs to be said about that, really. We're 45 seconds remaining from the end of this heat race. As you can see from the copter cam, Boogity Boogity Racing just slapped 50 points down on the board for leading. And we got 30 seconds remaining to complete another lap here. Chasing the Elliots did not do what they needed to do here today, despite having the automatic qualifying spot. And it looks like this is going to be 2 at the line, as the clock is about to run out here. 2 to go at the line. The next lap will be the final lap, as time has just expired. Boogity Boogity Racing putting on one hell of a first opening round, not having scored many points, but at the same time having scored a lot of points for leading. As we work this final lap and he comes into turns 3 and 4, Boogity Boogity Racing is going to be moving on to round 2 to face Hello Newman. So they were about to work on lap 55. So 54 points have been scored for Boogity Boogity Racing, plus 3 more points for lapping a traffic jammer, putting them at 57, plus 25 more for a grand total of 82 points in the first round here. Very impressive showing by Boogity Boogity Racing. And unfortunately, chasing the Elliots will be going home with just 20 points on the day, as the 10 points for dropping out at round 1 do get doubled. That being said, our next matchup will be the King's Court taking on the Bushwhackers. Should be an interesting matchup. Let's see if the King's Court can rebound after a poor showing during fight nights at the Freedom Factory last night in round 2, as they only were able to score 3 points, and they were sent home with 13 points. Stay with us here at CWRL's World War Wall. Thank you all for joining us. Once again, I am the Geek Guru, and we will have the next matchup of round 1 in just a moment.